Morning. How's it going? How's everyone doing? Morning. What's up? What's up? Hello. Long time no see. Hey. Alright, let's make coffee. You got your slime yesterday? Oh, amazing. Fantastic. They're arriving pretty quickly, which is pretty great, actually. I'm very pleased. I made a slime inventory sheet. Oh, what kind of slime inventory sheet? I gave the heart to the milk. Wait, what? Heart to the milk bottle? I don't know what that means. Did I miss something? I missed a piece, right? Morning, Anya. I missed a few days of on the story. Oh, you know what, Danny? We can help you catch up, but also it's on YouTube. All of the previous days are uploaded on YouTube if you want to catch up there as well. Totally up to you. Good. Hello. I want to take a look at what I have, alive or not, so that I can review the. You absolutely should do that, Grace. Praying that I received my order today. It says it's supposed to deliver today, but it hasn't updated, of course. Ugh. Well, I hope for your sake that it updates today and that it does deliver today. That would be nice. Would be nice if it did that. Ooh, what's going on here? Why are you twisty? I need you to just do what you're supposed to do. It's a little louder than usual. Who was mean? Oh, you know what? It filters the weirdest things now. It doesn't even have to be someone mean. Like, it filtered Becca the other day talking about her daughter wearing a shirt with me on it. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. I still do the Patreon. Thanks for the majority. I started taking stuff through the move. Well, that's important, obviously, Anya. That's very important. So excited for the special gingerbread. That was pretty funny. It's so interesting. It's like weird. She was like, oh, I know a special little girl who can't wait to wear you on a shirt. And they filtered that. Yeah, it's very weird. Morning. Very weird. So who knows what it's filtering these days? It doesn't have to be someone mean, because that obviously isn't a mean thing. It's filtering you. Yeah, why? We don't know. Maybe. And she loves that shirt. She does love that shirt. She and I match. James says hi and bye, back to work now. Okay, hi and bye. It's so weird. It's so strange. So strange. Oh, goodness gracious. Ugh. Many of you saw I was up late finishing my book. I don't want to order from other people, but I want to be a good scientist. That makes complete sense. If you need suggestions on stuff, I can let you know, Grace. I can tell you where your money would be well spent if you want my opinion on it. Obviously, I mean, I know I'm technically their competitor, so maybe, you know, I have certain biases, but I have a lot of opinions on slime. Thank you, Christy. Oh, because you uploaded it with the TikTok logo. Weird. Very strange. Huh. I needed good and bad slimes. Oh, well. I mean, Grace, also, you could probably go into the trade chat in our community and ask people what slimes they have that they don't like, that they'd be willing to part with for your science of it all. And I know certain people, I don't know if Arbitrary Canary's in here, but people like that who have a lot of slime, once they figure out which ones they really don't like, they might be willing to, like, for the cost of a flat rate mailer, just chuck a bunch in there that they hate. You know what I mean? So you could get those. Yeah, they'd be secondhand, but yeah, you know, that it's not a bad idea, right? Like, for example, even with my slime, certain people get one thinking that they're gonna like the scent and then they don't, and that doesn't mean anything about the quality, it's just not a fave. And then there's also ones that people get, morning, and then there's ones that people get that they can't play with for one reason or another. Some people find that they're allergic to something, all sorts of interesting things. Huh? Yeah, it's totally wackadoodle. I definitely have a few that I can trade back to just because they aren't getting the love they deserve. Yeah, see? That's exactly right. I have your coffee here. I do. You're welcome. It's in a pretty white Christmas cup.
So pretty.
Enjoy.
It's our advent calendar cup.
It is our advent calendar cup. It was the one that was right in front when I opened the thing, so I said, you know what? Why not? Why not? So that's what you get.
Very tasty.
Howdy.
The Prince of Milk. Milk Prince. Classic.
Classic Milk Prince behavior. What that means, I couldn't even begin to tell you.
You know.
Do I?
No.
When you know, you know.
Yeah.
And you always know. Hi. Milk Friend's new slime. So yeah, Secret Boyfriend actually has been reading some books by this one person who doesn't have a real name, who we believe also is self-published. Just interviewed with the team director for that role. Oh no, oh I'm sorry, Shelley, that's not good. But anyway, the new book that he's going to read from them is called The Prince of Milk. My 12-year-old needs to ask for a mini portable printer for Christmas, and now I want one for myself. Oh, fancy pantsy. Fancy pantsy. Shoop. All right. You want a label maker? Do it, Grace. Do it. Make those labels. All right. So let's go over to our tree in our book club area. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jen. That's so sweet. I really appreciate it. I work pretty hard, actually. Yeah. I love my label maker and also Cricut. Yeah, Cricuts are great too. Do it, Jen. What's stopping you?
What's stopping you?
I'm serious. Like if it's something you just got to work through, whatever, is the stop. One day Kyle will come home to labels on everything. That would be funny. That would be funny.
Label maker?
Yeah, Grace is getting a label maker and she's going to turn her house into a labeled haven. And her boyfriend's going to come home and he's going to be like, okay.
That's why we're never getting you a label maker, because you would label everything.
Probably.
It's
It'd be
too
so
much.
Well, I mean, if it was inside the cupboards, it wouldn't be the worst. It'd be kind of cute.
We already have labels on the stuff inside those cupboards.
That's true. We do. We have a lot of labels. Yeah. That's fair, Jen. Same. And it just took like reorganizing how I did it, honestly. Yeah. Yeah. It just took a lot of like changing the framework of how I went about my day. Yeah. I do this is not for everybody. This does not work for everyone. So I'm not saying that it's just like, oh, whatever. I don't know, Becca. That's very interesting. I saw the things you use might help a lot. Yeah. So one of the other things is that gamifying things really works for me in general. Like,
I do Duolingo because I have a streak and I can't like one of my like spicy things is like you can't lose a streak, right? You know what I mean? Your sleigh's out for delivery, yay! And so I gamify things to make them easier on my brain. And so NaNoWriMo, while it doesn't work for a lot of people, worked really well for me because it gamified the system, you know? It is super common, yeah. And so by turning the writing process into like, okay, if I maintain this streak and if I do better, then I'm really good, you know, like those kinds of things. I actually did it really fast. Yeah. Slime is totally a game. There's no question about that. So gamifying doesn't work for you. That sucks. It definitely does tickle my brain in a really happy way. I learned yesterday that being read to is helpful for people with PTSD. Absolutely. Yeah. For sure. Any external accountability, like someone is expecting something from me. Oh my gosh, people expecting something from me makes me so anxious. Like it really, scientific research is naturally gamified. Yeah. When I think that I'm letting someone down, it definitely, it does not do a happy for my brain. So people expecting, that's why I don't know what the 4 tendencies are. That's part of the reason why I ship my orders so quickly. Yeah, exactly, Jen. Yeah, you don't need to. Why? You know what I mean? The only reason I did the NaNoWriMo thing on TikTok was for the accountability of like having an update every day was like getting that streak thing, you know, and so that helped me. But like when I have orders that need to go out, I have to get them out really quickly because I cannot stand the idea that someone is going to message me and be like, well, why didn't you do mine? And I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I don't know why I didn't do yours first. You know what I mean? And so I just do them all fast and then no one has to wonder where they are because they're all done. Bye. You know what I mean? Like, okay, they all were done in one day. Nobody was chosen. You know what I mean? Nobody was a favorite. Nobody was a whatever. You know, and then I don't have to worry about someone being like, well, how come you did so-and-so and not me? Because I can't. That like really, like, I don't know. I can't handle that. Yeah, daily updates work really well for me in that scenario, but that's not for everyone. That and I can't move onto anything until it's done. Yep, same. Yes. So anyway, that is it. I often order something from Amazon at the same time by accident. You always get here first. Yes! See? That feels good. I like that. If I'm beating Amazon, I have done something correct. Because I am here to tell you, they have 100% more employees than I have. 100% more employees than me. Because I have 0. Why a white tree? Because I thought it was aesthetic and gorgeous and it fit the vibe of our room. And your slime came before. Slime I ordered 2 weeks ago. Who'd you order it from? Can you tell us? Can we know? Ooh, spill the tea. Who was it? I want to know. You know what super bums me out when I hear about like bigger slime companies that totally have like real size staffs. Pilot Slime doesn't have a staff, so I wouldn't say about that person, but like there are slime companies that have staffs and they ship like, they take a lot longer than I do and it really burns my toast. Does Secret Boyfriend help packing towards community service to unlock him from the radiator? Yes, because she likes it. I'm all about doing whatever makes you happy. Yeah, totes. Pilot does take a long, she does. I've honestly, I've never ordered from Pilot Slimes, not for any specific reason. I just haven't ever, so I don't have any, I actually can't say anything about Pilot other than the slimes that Arbitrary Canary sent me that I felt. No, it's just 3 of them and she produces 1,000 at a time. Yeah, exactly. So that's about the same as what I do. This last restock, see, like, and it'll stay that way, Shelly. What's the dark slime that came in the Naughty and Nice Slate? There were so many in the Naughty and Nice Slate, I don't know, but you can use the website to find out because the Christmas website has all those slimes on it. So it was either a restock slime or an advent calendar slime, and so that's how you can find out what's in the Naughty and Nice duo. Yeah, there are certain people who aren't allowed to order from other people. I'm really open to letting people do what makes them happy, but there's oh, she did 3,500. Wow. I don't think I could ever do 3,500 in one restock because there would be no way to ship them out in time to quality control them. I don't know where Pilot lives, to be honest, so I don't know how they do that. But yeah, Sydney, you're not allowed to. Titanic slime is coming. Did you check the poll, Mary, for yesterday? The Titanic slime is in the poll for yesterday. 3,500 slimes without a staff would make me really. You were gifted slime from another Slimer? Who gifted you slime, Shelly? Tell me, I'll get them. I think they just said Pilot has 3 people, but even with 3 people, I don't think I would make 3,500. That would concern me. Maybe they know something I don't. I can buy one without being messy pants, literally. Fair. I did a Secret Santa thing last year and I put that I like slime, so they got me some. Oh, that's really funny. Who'd they get you? I really want to know. Who was it? You put that you like slime. That's hilarious. Pilot is looking for trouble. No, I mean, maybe not. They pause space and time for these times, maybe. I've heard that Pilot makes really beautiful stuff. I literally don't know anything else other than that. Yeah, go ahead, Grace. Let's see. Yeah, the Titanic fishbowl is coming. Yep. The slime is at the bottom of my cart because I legit never played with it. No, Pilot's looking for trouble. Oh, they are looking for trouble. Oh, guys, I gotta tell you something. If any of you have regular contact with Pilot, tell them not to do it. Tell them not to do it. Lisa Frank is extremely litigious and she will sue. Even small companies. She does not care if you have 2 followers or you have 2 million followers. She will not let you use her name. It will not happen. You will not get away with it. She will sue. It's not going to be good. And I'm not saying that the slime's not going to be good. I'm saying that the situation is not going to be good. Maybe the slime is fantastic. I don't know. Lisa Frank does not let anyone play games with it. No, that's why like you guys know, I have Millennial Girl Memories restock. We're doing a second one. Don't you think that I would love to include something that looks like Lisa Frank? And don't you think I loved Lisa Frank? Don't you think that was my entire childhood and I was totally that kid? Totally. You think I want to get sued? No, I don't. I won't be doing it. Yeah, you'd have to call something like, yeah, exactly. I guarantee she already knows about it and is on it for sure because she has her Google alerts set up and she just goes at everyone. Like, there's literally even been people who aren't selling stuff who just make content using her name. Pilot was also the person who had to change the name of Oreo. Not the only one. Pilot is not the only one who's had to change it. I actually know 3 people who have had to change Oreo things from cease and desist. This is one of the things I will never understand about Slimers, like why they think they're going to get away with it when slime is so popular. You think that there aren't companies who already own the rights, like, to make a slime with the name Oreo on it? Someone does, and it's a store-bought slime company, and they don't want you using that, so they're going to report you. Jamba Juice has sued, Lisa Frank has sued, and Oreo has. So, just as an FYI to everyone, if anyone knows any Slimers who do those things, I mean, you can't use brand names. It's not hard, is there? Yeah. No, I don't blame them either. No. I'm not. I'm definitely not saying that they should let people use them. It's the same reason. Jamba Juice. Yeah. Jamba Juice. Someone made Jamba Juice slime many years ago, and they got a cease and desist letter. Didn't stop, and then got in even bigger trouble. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Yeah. That's why, like, if you see all the names that I have are just like, if I ever use, I can't think, no. Yeah, Jen, don't even stress, Jen. We were just chit-chatting about it. This is always a safe space, Jen. Here's the deal. I like certain slimes and I like certain people make them. Don't make me feel, yeah. Well, I don't know why they do it, Amanda. I don't know why they do it. They should just make good slime and call it a day, right? Like, it's so wild to me. It's like, you make it, like, the people who have, like, one of the people who got a cease and desist was Parakeet Slimes. She's great. Why would her parents let her do that? She was a child. They should have warned her. It's not her fault, you know? Can you make a pink hollow animal slime and not call it Lisa Frank? Yes. Yes, you can. That is correct, because she does not have ownership of like all pink hollow animal things ever. But the issue would be people using the name Lisa Frank. Yeah. Or Oreo, or, you know, yeah, she owns all neon sparkly things. I mean, you know, maybe she does. Maybe she does. God, listen, if I could have been, God willing that we all, I mean, don't make me feel bad for not only by, oh, of course, Amanda, don't even stress. Oh, please, you know I'm kidding. I need to learn about all the different types of slime and how best to play with them. Yeah, that's something that like I really need to get. I have a series where I started doing that. Oh, before we start reading, which we need to get right into really fast, I wanted to let you guys know a couple of new things that are coming. Yeah, arbitrary. That's what we were talking about. I was saying if anyone has contact with Pilot, to please warn her, because it's not good. Lisa Frank is very litigious. If you have regular contact with her, arbitrary, I would tell her, because Lisa Frank will sue. You know? Lisa Frank will do that. She's very litigious, and she fines everyone regardless of how small the business is. And I would hate for another Slimer to deal with some of the stuff that other people I know have dealt with. It's not a fun process. It's not a fun process. She should just, if it's sold out right now, she should just take it off the website and call it a day and pretend it never happened. Yeah, she should just take it down now and just be like, oh, oops. She should just hide that listing and pretend like it never happened. Yeah, but OG's wasn't called Lisa Frank, right? Don't you remember? It wasn't OG, oh, you don't have direct contact. Yeah, I don't know anyone who knows Pilot. Wasn't OG's called something else though? Wasn't it called like Slimy Frank or something like that? So you can get away with that. That's the thing. OG did it smart. OG can do that, but you can't say Lisa Frank. It's just a warning. I don't know Pilot. I don't have any actor. It's just a warning, because I know people who have gotten those cease and desist letters and they ain't cute. That's all. Before we read, what I wanted to tell you all was, so I spoke with a, what do you call it? Yeah, don't say it 3 times. So I recently got connected via Patreon with an artist who makes ambient music. And the reason that I got in touch, oh, thank you, Jen. The reason that I wanted to do this, and you guys can tell me how you feel about it, is I'm currently really into the concept of, you know how I've been kind of every once in a while making those really slow play slime videos with really soft music in them. I'm thinking about making some kind of like, I don't even know what to call them. I don't want to call it meditations, because I don't do really well with meditation, but in a way slime play is its own form of meditation, and that it gets really repetitive and really focus oriented. And so I want to make some videos like that for myself, and maybe other people are interested in them, where there's like specific motions that go with the music. That's always been something that I really like with slime, which is why I used to make music mixing videos, like moving slime to the beat of the music. Shut up, Becca. Yeah, a lot of us would like it. And I think, no, I didn't start reading yet. I've been a little bit behind today. So if anyone is interested in that kind of stuff, this artist has said that they would let me, yeah, exactly. That's exactly right, Jen. It's a vibe that would go with certain slimes. So I'm gonna match up the music that he has. It's similar, Jen. It's pretty similar. Exactly. So like a certain slime would go with a certain song. And if I told you guys which song it was that like helped my brain, yeah, exactly. We made extended things on YouTube like, okay, this song goes with this butter slime, and when you move it like this, it like makes the right sounds with it, and then find one that works with the sounds that a thick and glossy makes, and find one that works with the sounds that, you know what I mean? That's something that I need for my personal brain, I've found, and I was like, maybe other people want it too. So I don't know. Yeah. So we'll see. That's something that's on my list for 2024, which felt farther away than it feels now. Because guys, Christmas is in like 3.5 minutes. Anyway, let's read, and we can talk more about ambient slime later. Hi, Kayla. All right, so let's read. We are on chapter 16. We're reading Key Ridge, and if anyone needs to catch up, all the previous chapters are on my YouTube, all the previous lives, just like this one, so you can catch up after this if you want to. Setting my curling iron down, I scrutinized my appearance. My lashes were coated in dark mascara, and I had applied enough bronzer to tone down my cheeks' redness. Did it look like I was trying too hard? I tugged at the cropped sweater I was wearing before pulling it up over my head. Rushing to the closet, I picked through my slim wardrobe before settling on an oversized maroon crew neck sweatshirt. This would make me look more casual. A knock sounded at the door. "It's open," I called. Erin poked her head through the door frame before walking inside. "You almost ready?" she asked. "Damn, you clean up nice." Heat went straight to my cheeks. "Really? I just threw this on." "Uh-huh." Erin crossed her arms and gave me a knowing look. "Just so you know, I'm not sure if Giles is coming tonight." "Oh, why would that matter?" I asked, feeling like I had been caught. "Maybe I just wanted to look nice for the first time out on the town. It definitely wasn't for anyone in particular." "You just put those effortless beach waves in your hair for fun?" Erin leaned against the kitchen sink, smirking at me. "This is basically how I always look," I insisted, even though I spent 30 minutes longer getting ready than I typically did. "Whatever you say. Let's head out. Johnny's already there." Grabbing my coat, I followed her out of my apartment and down the stairs. "We can just walk. It's only halfway down Main Street." "Great." I shivered, crossing my arms over my chest. "Are you limping?" Erin eyed me. "No, maybe. I'm so sore," I whined. "Can we just drive?" Erin laughed and grabbed my shoulders, pushing me forward. "We're not driving. It's 2 blocks, Florida." "You better not start with that nickname, too." I glared at her. No, wouldn't dream of it. Erin was right. We were at the front door of the Ridge Tavern and Tap in under 10 minutes. I'd be lying if I said my quads weren't burning, though. "Here we are," she announced before pushing open the wooden door. The Ridge reminds me of an old Western saloon. Really? Yeah, Renee, that's me for sure. Apparently she's limping from her snowboarding foray. Yes, Claire, that seems to be correct. Also, I just realized, I'm so sorry. I've been calling you by your actual name, not what's in there, and this is luckily a small enough space to go through this, but like, do you want me to, and just so you guys know, comments don't come up on YouTube, so no one will be able to see what her username is there. It's okay? Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to be called Aurora over here or whatever like that. Some people want to be anonymous over here, and they're okay on Patreon or whatever like that, which is totally fine by me. I have no stress about that. Okay, great. Cool. The Ridge reminded me of an old Western saloon that had been turned into a college dive bar. There was... that is the other house, Becca, good memory. There was wood everywhere. Old pictures and paintings adorned the wall. The bar and tables took up half of the establishment, while the left half housed 2 pool tables and a few other games. "This is charming." I followed her inside. "Yeah, I don't know if charming is the word I would use, but whatever floats your boat," she replied as we approached the bar. "Wife!" Johnny called from the bar stool and kissed Erin on the cheek. Does Johnny give anyone else a weird vibe, or is it just me? Like, is Johnny just like a little off to anybody else? Totally weird, right? Like, he just has a weird vibe. Like, if he was in real life, I'd be like, creeper. A little? It's not just me. Okay, do we think something? Yeah, it's a little... Right, same. It is weird. Okay, I'm glad that you guys thought so too, because like, there's just been something about him since he first walked in that is just a little weirdy pants. You assumed, oh, maybe, Becca, but maybe. Yeah, maybe. You could be right. What are you having, Erin? The gray-haired bartender asked. "I'll have a gin and tonic." "Maddie?" "Same." I smiled and then whispered to Erin, "See, everyone knows everyone. It is charming." Johnny snorted and pointed a finger at the bartender. "Dave is not charming. Last year, he got so drunk that he puked on the pool table before passing out in the snow. It took 3 of us to drag him home." I scrunched my nose and eyed the other side of the room. "Those pool tables?" "Maybe," Johnny said, winking at me. Erin and I took seats next to Johnny while Dave slid us our drinks. "You hungry?" he asked. We put in a food order for every appetizer on the menu. After a day of falling in the snow, I was completely ravenous. "I think my stomach's gonna cave in on itself," I complained after 5 minutes. Erin giggled. "You're so dramatic. It'll be up soon." She might have been a mind reader, because at that moment, Dave set down plates of nachos, mozzarella sticks, and chicken wings in front of us. Silence ensued as we all devoured the food. I was bite on a particularly messy chicken wing when a bell by the door chimed, signaling that someone had entered. I barely registered it, but I did clock Dave raising his hand. A wave at the new arrival. "Giles," he greeted. I whipped my head around to see Giles wearing a thick fleece pullover and black jeans at the doorway. "Hey, cuz." Johnny gestured for him to join us. He sauntered over to us, greeting me with a small side smile that caused my stomach to flip. "Hey." He rested his hands and leaned on the back of Aaron's bar stool. "Hi," I smiled at him. He gave me a funny look in return. "Florida, you got a little something funny on your face." My face paled and I dropped the chicken wing I'd been shoving down my gullet. I looked around frantically for a napkin. Erin slid me one across the table with a huge smirk on her face. Snatching it, I quickly dabbed at my face. "It's still there." Giles's grin was bigger now. I wiped at my face with more urgency. "Not quite," Giles chuckled as Dave handed him a beer. "Well, excuse me for trying to enjoy messy food." I relented, dropping the napkin and picking the wing back up. As soon as I was done, I excused myself to the restroom. Once there, I saw that I did have a few dots of sauce all the way up my cheeks. "Shit," I whispered as I took a damp paper towel to them. "So much for looking nice tonight." I re-entered the bar to find Johnny and Aaron moving towards the other side. "Johnny owes me a pool rematch. Why don't you and Giles play—" Sorry, this is Aaron. Rerun, boys. "Johnny owes me a rematch in pool. Why don't you and Giles play on the other table?" Giles raised his eyebrow to see if I would protest. Sure," I replied, following them over. I glanced at the pool table and remembered Johnny's story about Dave and the puke. What about darts instead?" I proposed. Giles shrugged. "Yeah, whatever you want, Florida." Uncontrollable butterflies were flapping around in my stomach as he brushed past me. Why did he always have to smell so good? "Be cool," I coached myself. I took a huge sip of my drink before setting it down on the high-top table next to the board. I held out my hand for Giles to hand me a dart. Our palms touched briefly, and I felt a jolt of electricity in my veins. "Did you want to play just for fun, or—" he asked. Probably. I don't even know the rules." "We can play for points," he suggested. "Bullseye's 50. He continued to rattle off the scoring while I nodded, trying not to stare at his mouth. "Got it?" he asked. Yeah." He shook his head, a smile playing on his lips. He held his hand up and moved it back and forth slightly before releasing the dart he was holding. It landed directly on the bullseye and my mouth hung open. "You're hustling me," I accused. He chuckled. "How could I be hustling you? We're just playing for fun." "It's not fun if you're going to be shooting bullseyes all night while I struggle." He shrugged. "What do you want me to say? I played a lot." Raising his hand again, he threw another dart that landed just next to the center. "You're up." He gestured for me to take his place. I shuffled to the spot and closed one eye as I held the dart up to my eye line. In all honesty, I don't think I had ever played this before. I took a deep breath in and released the dart. It hit the wood a few inches next to where the board was hanging before clattering to the ground. Giles snorted next to me before slapping his hand across his mouth to stifle laughter. "Shut it," I said, already readying the next dart. This one hit the wall on the opposite side of the board, but stuck in place this time. "Do I get points for that?" I asked sheepishly. Giles removed his hand to reveal a huge smile. I think that's -5. "This is going to be a long game," I said, groaning. "Can I give you a pointer?" He took a step closer to me so that he was directly at my side. Sure." I mentally cursed my voice for cracking. He placed a dart in my hand. "All right, raise your hand." I followed his instruction. "Now loosen your grip. Just keep your thumb and index finger on the back of it. Yeah, there you go. Now point your body at your target. Don't let your eyes leave the spot. When you release the dart, you've got to follow through." He was leaning closer to me now, and I gulped nervously. "All right, try it." His breath on my neck caused me to blink a few times inadvertently, and I shot the dart haphazardly. It ended up hitting the wall just above the board. He let out a sigh and dragged his hand over his jaw. I think that was technically closer," I said, biting at my lip. I just need Maddie to be good at something. We're batting 0 so far. Oh, no, poor Maddie. She's good at organizing businesses. Right? We gotta give her that. After 30 minutes and another drink, I was now managing to hit the board every time. Every time I threw. "Is she?" That was maybe the best response that could have come up in my sideline of sight. That was very funny. You're very funny. I enjoy your humor. You make me laugh. You know what I really enjoy? I enjoy learning each person in book club's different senses of humor because they all come up at different moments. And so I always know that I'm going to get a good laugh out of something. I never know what it's going to be, but everyone's got their own brand of all of it. And I enjoy it. I like it. I'm into it, if you might say. Yes, correct. All right. After 30 minutes and another drink, I was now managing to hit the board every time I threw. Nice one, Giles exclaimed as I hit just a few inches away from center. He held up his hand for a high five, and I beamed at his praise. You've been my teacher all day, I joked. I guess I have. He took a sip of his beer. How's the tailbone holding up, by the way? I groaned. It's so sore. I'm going to sleep so hard tonight. It's going to be worse in the morning, he warned. Ugh, can't wait. Hey, you two, Erin said in a sing-songy voice. She was approaching us with shot glasses. I started shaking my head on instinct. No way. Absolutely not. Suit yourself, but you might change your mind when I tell you it's karaoke night and Dave just finished setting up the machine. She gestured to the only empty corner of the bar where an older woman was setting up a microphone. ABBA started to blare through the speakers. Oh my God, yay! I squealed before downing the shot she handed me. I love karaoke. Giles looked pained. Of course you do. Will you sing with me? Erin asked excitedly. Obviously. What song shall we do? We debated before selecting a well-known boy band throwback and raced to the stage when an older woman finished. Erin and I smiled as we sang the lyrics and even did a little impromptu dance number. I caught Giles staring at me, feeling brave. I winked at him because I was already making an ass of myself. He bit his lip to stifle the smile that I could see trying to form. Erin and I sang our hearts out until the song ended, and we breathlessly stepped down from the stage and handed the mics to two college-age girls. Nice one, babe. Johnny planted a kiss on her head. Very impressive, Giles said, trying to keep his tone serious. You guys got one next, right? I asked, still grinning. Johnny snorted, yeah, in your dreams. Giles would never be caught dead up there. Is that right? I stared at him, his brown eyes not leaving mine. That's right. What if I persuaded you? I challenged. Impossible. Please? Nope. What if I went up there with you? Not gonna happen. Come on, let me teach you something today. He couldn't keep the smile from his face as he shook his head at me. There you go again with your persistency. It's part of my charm, I replied sweetly. Come on, what do you have to lose? I held my hand out as the previous song ended. Erin and Johnny watched our back and forth silently, waiting to see who would win the battle. If anyone records this, you're dead, Giles announced before grabbing my hand and marching up to the stage with me. What song do you want to do? I asked gleeful that I had won. Something easy, he muttered. You better choose fast or I'm out of here. I picked a well-known Motown duet that every English-speaking person in the world knew the lyrics to. We got this, I said before giving him a thumbs up. The music started up and I belted the lyrics at him. To his credit, as uncomfortable as he was, his voice wasn't half bad. I danced around as he stood stiffly with one hand on the mic and the other in his pocket. When the first chorus came around, I started jumping around and the whole bar sang along too. Trying to loosen Giles up, I grabbed his hand from his pocket and forced him to twirl me. That finally got him to crack a smile. By the time the chorus rolled around again, he was jumping around with the rest of the bar. He looked like he was actually having fun with it, and I couldn't keep a smile off my face. The song ended, and we stepped off the stage laughing. I beamed up at him. See, that was fun, right? I asked through heavy breathing. He smiled down at me. Yeah, if you say so, Florida. I smacked his arm. Shut up, you were having fun and you know it. Wow, hell must be frozen over because I never thought I'd see my cousin on a karaoke stage. Johnny was at our side now, clapping Giles on the shoulder. Giles shrugged him off, but his smile remained. A hand grabbed my arm, and I glanced to my right to see Erin smirking at me. What? I hissed. We're just having fun. Sure, she whispered before raising her voice to address the group. Johnny, we should probably head home. I'm completely wiped. Giles, can you walk Maddie back? You don't have to, I insisted, turning to him and cursing Erin in my mind. Yeah, it's no problem, he said as we all grabbed our coats to exit the lively bar. We said our goodbyes to Erin and Johnny before turning to walk the short way to my apartment. Our footsteps crunching in the snow was the only sound for the first minute, and then Giles finally cleared his throat. So, is Key Ridge everything that you thought it would be? It's different than I expected. More real. He glanced over at me. You thought it would be fake? Not exactly. I guess before I came, I was just picturing a fantasy, but Key Ridge is just as real as anywhere else. Real people with real lives and real problems. It isn't just a vacation paradise. Some people would love for the world to think that. Like money-hungry corporations, I guess. He nodded. We walked a few more steps in silence. The side of his arm kept brushing mine, effectively causing my stomach to do somersaults. I kept sneaking glances at his profile. I'm glad you came here, he said. Why? I asked. I couldn't keep the surprise from creeping into my voice at his admittance. It's been nice having someone around that hasn't known me my entire life, and it's easy to talk to you. It's easy to talk to you too, I murmured, and I know the feeling. Before I moved here, I had the same friends since college, and it felt like they knew me so well that we ran out of things to talk about, if that makes sense. Or maybe they just stopped trying. I bit my lip. Yeah, that's probably more likely. Are you doing okay with all that? Not missing your old life or all that? What's there to miss? Bitterness crept into my voice as I once again shoved the thoughts of Garrett and my ex-friends out of my mind. What about you? I asked, changing the subject. What about me? You said competing was too much pressure, but what about the rest of it? Do you miss your old life? He hesitated before responding. I'm not sure that lifestyle was ever for me. It was lonely traveling all the time, but I'm not much of a talker, so it was hard to get close to anyone. The people that actually cared about me were always right here. His voice faded. Without thinking, I grabbed his hand and gave it a quick squeeze. He looked at me, eyebrow raised in surprise, before the corner of his lip tugged up. We were in front of Bev's house now, and I stopped and turned to face him. Thanks for walking me home. He nodded. Of course. I took a step towards the stairs at the same time he moved a step past me. Suddenly, we were only inches apart. Giles stared down at me and my eyes flickered to his lips. Before I could think, I took a small step forward, and he lingered close to me for a moment. His eyes searched mine before his gaze shifted to the ground. Shaking his head, he cleared his throat and took a step back, effectively killing the moment of whatever was happening between us. Good night, Maddie, he said before walking back in the direction we came. Night, I called after him, my voice only slightly shaky. Climbing the stairs, I thought of nothing except for how good it felt to be close to Giles Stone. Dun dun dun! The peanut gallery's out of the shower. That would be really funny. So that is what's going on. I am going to go because I have a lot of custom slimes to make today, so expect more videos on that. I'm also going to post a review of this book, which I finished last night. Amazing, Grace. What's your top texture? If anyone is looking for a Christmas book this season, don't buy this one because the cover is a lie. It makes you think it's going to be a Christmas book, but there's hardly anything about Christmas in it. It's absolutely insane, and I'm very upset. Not yet, Renee, but I am going to the store to buy a new book today because I am now in need of a new book since I finished that last night. So maybe I will add that to my list. We're going to the store a little bit later after we go to the post office with the orders. I only did Advent plus one thick and glossy, so I think oh, well, that doesn't count. Advent doesn't count, Grace. That's too random. You have to do your other ones. Oh, Mary, that's a great question. I don't know. I don't have an answer on that one. But yeah, we are going to go to Target later because we need some stuff. And one of the stuffs is a new book for me. I put life status for one of the columns. That's really funny. I love that. That's true. He did do that. That's true. You're right about that. Yeah. So anyway, if anyone has any, that's not true, Becca. The book that we are currently reading is called Key Ridge. Key Ridge. So if anyone has any recommendations for a very lovely Christmas book that I could get today and read before the end of the year for my own personal enjoyment. We already talked about this. Did we, Becca? I don't remember that. Sasha was watching what Joey was up to last night and they called, really? They did? Oh, they did. Ooh, oh, I can't say it out loud because he's not at that part of the season yet. Oh, babe, there's a surprise coming in a future season of Friends for you. I'm not going to say out loud what Cindy just said because I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's something very good coming.
Friends? Is that what you said?
Yeah, the TV show, what Joey's up to.
You've seen Friends.
I've seen it. It's not a surprise for me. It's a surprise for you. If I say it out loud, it would be a spoiler for you.
I don't understand. You know everything that happens in the show. It's all... What?
It's not a surprise for me. It's a surprise for you.
The whole... I haven't seen... What? Always Sunny.
Cindy reminded me of something that's in an upcoming season that's going to be a big surprise for you.
Gotcha. I get
Yeah.
you now. What?
Like they're all just asking more questions. We are on season 2. Like I think we're on season 2, like episode 10 or something like that. It absolutely is going to be amazing, Cindy, once he sees that. All right, so I gotta go. There is a chance that I will be on later to make base because I do need to make clear base. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
Very shiny. Is that what you wanted?
Thank you.
Are you about to leave me?
No.
Yes. Admit it.
I was maybe hanging off the side of the chair dejectedly, though. Okay. I'll see you all later because I got to make base later. I'm desperately in need of clear base, so that's what's coming later. I hope you all have a great day. Until then,
Merry Christmas. Is that what you wanted?
yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Thrilling. All right, Renee, I hear you. All right. Bye, guys. Oh.